South Park has never shied away from poking the bear, whether that bear is Hollywood celebrities, powerful corporations, or entire religions. Trey Parker and Matt Stone seem to thrive on controversy. But some of the boldest moments in South Park history came when the show went toe-to-toe with the United States government itself.
You guys just get out there and put a positive spin on this whole thing. How are we supposed to put a positive spin on it?
From mocking presidents to calling out wars and surveillance, South Park has rage-baited Washington more than once, and sometimes the fallout is just as shocking as the jokes themselves. So today we're diving into the times South Park made the US government grind its teeth and wonder how these guys keep getting away with it. Stick around until the end because some of these episodes didn't just make headlines, they sparked debates in Congress, the military, and even the White House. Hit that like button if you're ready for some chaos, and let's get started. The 2025 Trump Takedown Season 27 premiere. Let's start with the big one, the South Park Season 27 premiere, Sermon on the Mount, which dropped on July 23rd, 2025. This episode didn't just poke the government, it took a flamethrower to President Donald Trump and his administration. The plot? Eric Cartman is pissed because Trump canceled NPR, his favorite show to mock for its woke vibes. From there, it's a no-holds-barred roast. They depict Trump as a petty tyrant suing the town of South Park, chilling with Satan in bed. Yep, you heard that right. And oh boy, they went there with a deepfake video of Trump wandering naked in a desert with his, tiny bits stealing the show. The episode ends with a fake PSA saying, his penis is teeny tiny, but his love for us is large. Savage. Absolutely savage.
Trump. His penis is teeny tiny, but his love for us is large.
The White House was not happy. The spokesperson, Taylor Rogers, called South Park a fourth-rate show that's hanging on by a thread with uninspired ideas. An administration source even told Deadline that Trump was seething over the childish attack. But here's the kicker. This episode aired just one day after Parker and Stone signed a $1.5 billion deal with Paramount, the parent company of Comedy Central. Some fans, like YouTuber Bloomzer1, think this was strategic sabotage. Parker and Stone rage-baiting Trump to mess with Paramount's $8 billion merger with Skydance, which needed Trump's administration approval. Diabolical? Maybe. Brilliant? Absolutely. At Comic-Con, Trey Parker responded to the White House rage with a deadpan, "We're terribly sorry," followed by a stare that screamed, "We're not sorry at all." This episode wasn't just a middle finger to Trump, it was a jab at Paramount, government censorship, and even the Epstein files. It pulled nearly 6 million viewers, making it the highest-rated South Park premiere since the 90s. Talk about relevance! The 2001 Muhammad controversy. Let's rewind to 2001 when South Park took on a different kind of government heat with the episode Super Best Friends. This one featured the Prophet Muhammad as part of a superhero team with Jesus, Buddha, and others. Back then, it aired without much fuss. Pre-9/11, the world was a different place.
Buddha with the powers of invisibility.
Muhammad, the Muslim prophet with the powers of flame.
Fast forward to 2005, when Parker and Stone revisited Muhammad in the two-part episode 200 and 201, celebrating the show's 200th episode. They wanted to show Muhammad again, but Comedy Central, spooked by post-9/11 sensitivities and threats, censored the hell out of it. The episodes were bleeped, blurred, and eventually pulled from streaming. Why? Fear of backlash, possibly amplified by government pressure to avoid inflaming tensions after global controversies like the Danish cartoon crisis. This wasn't a direct attack on the US government, but it showed how government-driven cultural shifts like heightened security concerns after 9/11 trickled down to network decisions. Parker and Stone fought back, arguing they'd shown Muhammad before without issue, but the censorship struck. They were pissed, and it fueled their equal opportunity offender ethos. If the government's climate of fear could silence their show, they'd just push harder next time. The Elian Gonzalez and Terry Schiavo episodes. South Park is a knack for jumping into political firestorms in real time. Take the 2000 episode 201, which tackled the Elian Gonzalez custody battle. For those too young to remember, Elian was a Cuban boy at the center of a massive US-Cuba diplomatic mess. South Park aired an episode mocking the government's handling of the situation while it was still headline news. They didn't just poke fun, they portrayed the government as bumbling and hypocritical, caught between political posturing and human drama. Then there's the 2005 episode Best Friends Forever, which dropped mere hours before Terry Schiavo's death. Schiavo was a woman in a vegetative state, and her case sparked a national debate about right-to-die laws, with Congress and even President George W. Bush getting involved. South Park roasted the government's intrusion into a private medical decision, using Kenny's death to parody the circus.
You have reached level 60.
Yeah! Woohoo! I did it! Merry Christmas!
The episode won an Emmy, but it definitely ruffled feathers in Washington for calling out political grandstanding. Parker and Stone's ability to churn out these episodes so fast let them hit the government while the iron was hot, and man, did it sting. The ICE recruitment clapback. Fast forward to August 2025, and South Park was back at it, this time trolling the Department of Homeland Security. In an episode from season 27, they mocked ICE immigration and customs enforcement with a satirical portrayal of their officers. The DHS, thinking they were clever, used a clip from the episode on their official X account to recruit staff. Big mistake. South Park's X account fired back with, "Wait, so we are relevant?" Followed by a not-so-subtle suggestion that DHS hashtag eat a bag of dicks.
Did a good job in there, soldier.
Okay, thank you, Captain.
I know it's tough doing what's hard.
Classic. This was just weeks after the White House called them irrelevant, so you know Parker and Stone were loving the irony. The DHS tried to spin it, thanking South Park for the attention, but let's be real, they got owned. This moment showed South Park's power to not just bait the government, but humiliate them on their own turf. By turning a government recruitment post into a viral roast, they proved they were still the kings of clapping back. Why South Park keeps winning. So, why does South Park keep getting away with this? First, they're untouchable. That $1.5 billion Paramount deal, it's not just money, it's leverage. Parker and Stone have the freedom to push boundaries because their show is a cultural juggernaut. Second, they're fast. Their one-week production cycle lets them strike while the news cycle is hot, making their jabs feel urgent and raw. Third, they don't pick a side. As self-described libertarians, though they hate labels, Parker and Stone roast everyone, from Trump to woke culture to climate change activists. This both sides approach shields them from being dismissed as partisan hacks, but let's not kid ourselves. The government hates being mocked. When the White House calls you fourth-rate or irrelevant, you know you've hit a nerve, and when you've got Trump seething as Deadline reported, you're doing something right. South Park doesn't just rage bait, they turn outrage into art, forcing the government to react and exposing their thin skin in the process. From Trump's micropenis to ICE's X account blunder, South Park has turned rage baiting the US government into an art form.
Screw you guys! I'm going home. But Carmen, we're trying to... screw you guys? Home.
Each time, they didn't just make viewers laugh, they sparked outrage, debates, and even sometimes real political consequences. And that's the power of Trey Parker and Matt Stone. They're not just making fart jokes, they're holding up a cracked, dirty mirror to America's most powerful institutions, and the reflection isn't always pretty. So what do you think? Did South Park go too far in mocking the US government? Or is this exactly the kind of satire we need? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our deep dives into pop culture's most controversial moments. Because if there's one thing South Park proves, it's that no one, not even the US government, is safe from a punchline.